My name is Leah Jones, and I am 21 years old. I'm a senior now in college, and I have 2 jobs.
What factors led you to pick up a part-time job in the first place?
Well, one to pay for my rent, and the other to pay for my classes. It wasn't enough to pay for the things I need to pay for, like electricity, rent, books, food too. I don't have any other funding for food, so basically it paid for everything. It helps me with my time management because I'm really bad at time management. And I know that I have to study for classes and also pay for things. And also you get to see 2 different atmospheres. Like one, I'm at school and I'm helping professors and graduate students. And at the other one, I'm at a clothing store and I'm working with different people, customer service basically. Trying to find time to study for those classes and then working and not being distracted by, let me see, when should I study for this test, and having so many classes and just stressing about school life. I guess if I maybe worked full time at one, I could just stay, wouldn't have to worry about 2 jobs, but even then that's still a lot because I still have to give a lot of time to that one job and still have to know when I can study. And also if I'm in different clubs for my major or doing an internship or whatever it might be, I still have to know like when I need to study. So I think either way, I'll still end up still having to work 2 jobs, but technically I'll be doing other things, not just working and studying, but contributing to. A lady just emailed me about a potential internship for kids, like teen moms. I want to be a psychologist, so I guess what it intends is that I kind of guide them and help them make good decisions and keep their mind focused on when they get through school and they want to go to college, and basically be like a mentor to young girls. So that one I'm looking into. I might end up doing that, but I still have to think about 2 jobs. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. See what I can do. I don't know. It's a lot. I'm still trying to figure out whether or not I want to go full time at one job versus having 2 jobs and then the internship. But if I get an internship where I'm paid, that would be. I haven't found out whether or not the internship is paid or not. So once I find that information out, I'll kind of go from there. And honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of things I have to think about. Just me trying to do all of this by myself. I'm not getting any help from parents. Literally everything I'm doing myself. So me trying to make sure that I'm on track in school, me focusing on having a job and being able to pay for my food and my rent and my electricity, and also making sure that I'm doing really well in school because I'm in school, so I can get a better job and not have to worry about all of this. It's just a lot of stress. And when I think about people like back then, I feel like we have it a little bit harder. We have so much to balance. Nowadays, I feel like kids are a lot more, or students are a lot more independent. I mean, they could rely on their parents, but those of us that don't have that, we have a lot we need to contribute for ourselves.
Does it get to be overwhelming?
Yes, it's always overwhelming. I think it's a good thing because everything else is kind of like thrown at you. You feel you can't, like you think you can't handle it, but then you realize you're like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm doing really good in school. You start realizing that you're more capable of things. You're doing a lot better than what you initially thought or imagined. It's overwhelming, yeah, it is overwhelming. Especially if you want to be at a certain spot, you want to make certain grades, make this amount, X amount of money. Like it's always stressful because those are things that are not certain. You don't always know how much you're going to make. When you have a job, it doesn't always. Well, the job that I have now, they don't always have set hours. Like I'm not always going to get this amount of hours every single week. It fluctuates. I'd like to know. I mean, no one knows the future, but I like to know that me working as hard as I am, I'm working towards something, regardless if it's not where or something that I wanted to do. If I'm working towards something, I feel like I'm going to be successful. So all this hard work is going to pay off some kind of way, whether it's going to make me a better person, regardless. Because I'm steadily pushing myself, and I'm under so much pressure to do this and get this much done and have this much money for this, and I'm always challenged with things like life. So I feel like this is me pushing myself and this having that image of myself being successful and being where I want to be in life. That's what's pushing me. Because if I slack off now and I'm in the future 10 years later and I'm thinking like I don't want to have any regrets. I want to know that I worked my butt off to make it to where I am in the future. So that's what pushes me.